morning and welcome to the Crochet Crowd. I've been tagged in a challenge by Crystal from Bag-A-Day. If you've not heard of her, she's on YouTube. She's a significant host. She's very relatable, has lots of reviews, tutorials, and all of that, and you'll find her over on YouTube. So I've been challenged to answer 23 questions that are non-yarn related. I have the list here. I kind of just scan the list, but I don't really have answers. So you know what do us crocheters do? We make it or we fake it, right? So let's go through the questions next. First question up is color. I don't really know this answer. Most of the stuff that I like to wear is usually prints and stuff, but it will stay within the black or the purple or the darker colors with those kind of prints. So that's maybe something that's of interest. Out in the garden, I love lime green and red. So next question is a genre of music. I just realized that I love auto-tune. I love DJ mixes and I love high energy. It keeps me motivated to work the hours that we do here on the Crochet Crowd, but I've always liked that kind of music. So it's something that I can sing along with, and I tend to listen to the same stuff over and over. Next question. My favorite food is actually something that's so basic, it's not even funny. McDonald's French fries, what are they made of? Yes, potatoes. Potatoes are my favorite thing. Daniel does the best potatoes ever. And next one up is soda or pop. I really like Coca-Cola for sure, hands down. Always the choice of Coca-Cola, and that's the original flavor. So I know in the States when you go and they ask you if you want Coke, I'm like, yeah, that's what I want. And they say, well, what kind of Coke? It's the red can Coke for me. My favorite animal in Africa, it would be a giraffe. There's something about a giraffe that's magnificent. I just think it's remarkable. You know, the size of the creature, the structure, etc. Here at home, we have ducks. We have kitty cats and dogs, all lovable. Our ducks are more here to work. We don't have really pet names other than Lord Quackington, but we just call them duckies. Okay, next question. Okay, change the camera angle. Next question up is favorite holiday. I really like Canada Day. I'm Canadian. I feel like it's just a glorious celebration, a confederation of all of our provinces coming together in unity. There's something magnificent about it. I like the carefree nature to it. I like seeing the Canadian flags. Just, yeah, and beaver tails. You'll have to look that up, what that is. It's a dessert. My favorite book, Crystal, that's so rude. Because I gotta have to admit, I really don't read books. I'm more of those people that scan something. If I need information, I just go scan it, but I'm not into like novels or anything like that. I'm not a very strong reader. It's always been one of my weaknesses as a human being. So, favorite book? Dictionary. It's the only book I really truly use, but of course it's online. So that's my book. I'm sorry, you should, oh, why do I have to admit it? Next question, let's keep moving. Pizza toppings are the Canadian. It is a type of pepperoni, ham, and mushroom. It's called the Canadian generally. I grew up with that. That's something it is a staple for me. Next best thing is the meat lovers for sure. Yeah, basic. Next question up. Favorite pastime? I wonder where I'm standing. So my favorite pastime, Crystal, is to hammer some wood, or hammer wood, or do some woodworking. I really suck at it, but it gets me away from the computer because you have to have balanced time. And so I make little decorations here for thing. I actually made that pergola. That's right behind me. That was a pain in the ass. But really happy with it. It's still standing and it is strong. So yeah, so I just made some bird nests last night, our bird nest ledges. Yeah, so when all my notifications and tags were going off last night, I was on the ladder. I'm like, what is going on YouTube? Why am I getting all these tags? And then it went over to Facebook and then emails. And so I was up on the arbors installing ledges so birds can nest. So that's kind of my favorite thing. It gets me away from the computer. Okay, next question is TV series. TV series right now, because Circle came out. Oh my God, I am such a Circle sister. The gossip, the mind play, the hashtag.
Can't wait to see.
Hashtag. Oh my God, I can normally do these hashtags in my head because it's so ridiculous. Anyway, so my team member Wendy and I are watching The Circle together. the hashtags that we're coming back and forth with are so juicy. Really kind of just a very, very guilty desire. The other TV series that I really did like, it was Broadchurch. I think it was based out of the UK. I like a lot of the UK kind of series, generally speaking. They can literally kill off a main character and it's like, what is going on? Because you know that in the US that when there's a main character, the character always survives, even if it's in a coma. So yeah, that's kind of my thing. So let's move on. And fruit. Who are you calling fruit? Next question up is fruit. It's easy to eat, it's fun to peel, banana of course, but I really like locally grown strawberries. And so I don't buy strawberries unless it's local. So when it comes out, which is going to be really soon, the end of June here, and then they grow it all season long here in Nova Scotia. So I absolutely love local strawberries. Next question up is vegetable. Okay, next question was the vegetable. I really like carrots, but I really like carrots when they're done in a stew or they're mixed with a pot roast and they've been cooking in the grease of the meat. Yummy. So Daniel doesn't like carrots so much as I do, but anyway, give me a big carrot any day.
Who's a little puppy dog?
What is this puppy?
I'm suddenly craving carrots. Okay, next question is subject in school. Subject in school for me is engineering. If you've ever looked at any of my notes that I write, this is typed. Why was I going to turn it around? Because, you know, they give any W a camera. I was actually engineering. I went through to college, graduated from that, and I ended up in the engineering field in the automotive industry. And one of the things, if you really look at my notes, you'll notice that I print in uppercase letters because it's beaten out of you to write in lowercase and always to print. So whenever you see anything that I write on notes in the tutorial work and stuff, it's always uppercase and it's printed because that's what I was told to do. And so I have a really hard time with cursive writing as a result of doing that for years. So not that you needed to know, but this is non-yarn things, right? Next question up is actor or actress. Actor or actress, I really like Sandra Bullock. I like her timing, I like her humor. I have watched Miss Congeniality, I do not know how many times. I just think it's kind of a fun watch. I think she's really interesting character. And then the other one, the actor, I was a huge fan. I don't really have a male actor at this time, but I was a huge fan for many years of Keanu Reeves. You could suck that man's bathwater easily. Really cute, and I loved him in Matrix. I even got a suit coat that looked like his in the Matrix because I was that ridiculous. Because he has something that I don't have. Muscles. Oh yeah, Keanu. So I really don't have a male actor that I gravitate towards at all, but I prefer female actors generally, and Sandra Bullock's high on my list. Okay, next question up is this singer. So favorite singer, my problem is I like to listen to a lot of auto-tune and a DJ kind of style music where it runs on for like an hour or so. And so they tend to use people that we don't know. And the music, when I buy music for Joanne's stitch-alongs or just Crochet Crowd generally that we use on YouTube, I really like the high energy, I like the messaging, but most of that stuff is literally unknown singers. And so I like something that makes me feel good, so a singer that can do that. I literally went to 2 concerts in my life, been to Pet Shop Boys, and I also went to Air Supply. Air Supply, I'm so old. That was an experience for sure. And next one up is superhero. So I'll break the rules. My parents are my superheroes for guiding me along the way. My mom especially for teaching me how to learn when I had a difficulty of doing so. That takes a superhero to recognize that your kid's in trouble and to find a way. And when I'm teaching you on YouTube, it is myself channeling my mom to be able to teach you. And my dad was very strategic with finances and budget and very practical. And so the combination of the two of trying to get myself through to adulthood, superheroes to my point of view. Next one up is comedian. Woo! Who makes me laugh? Okay, so what do we got for comedians? The only name that seems to come to my head, because I'm not really a comedian follower at all. I used to like Jim Carrey when he was in In Living Color. I love that. Remember the two guys that were playing the gay they were critiquing movies. I forget their names. Anyway, that was kind of my introduction to gayness way back in the young days. And anyway, they were Twan and something. I don't remember their names, their gay names. Oh my God, just make me squeal. As far as comedians of today, I think Wanda Sykes is pretty relatable, and she kind of makes me laugh. She's witty as well. But I'm not really a comedian follower. Daniel really doesn't like stand-up comedy shows on Netflix, so we tend not to watch that. Okay, next one up is season. It's cuddly season, of course. That's next up. So my favorite season of all is fall. It's one of the reasons why we moved to Nova Scotia here, because of the ocean that is surrounding most of us, most of the province here, that the temperatures in the fall are just absolutely spectacular, and it causes our fall to extend and have really gorgeous temperatures. Here, I'm living in pumpkin country, so here I have never seen so many varieties of pumpkins, and they're just friggin' everywhere here. I like the transitioning. It gets very, very hot here in August, and so the transitioning of going into September feels like a nice cool down. And the most glorious displays of leaves you've ever did see are here in Nova Scotia, as far as I'm concerned. I know I'm being biased, but it is Thanksgiving weekend of the Canadian Thanksgiving. The leaves here are probably the most spectacular thing I've ever seen in my whole life, and you got to catch it before you blink, because it like starts to change, and then that particular weekend or the weekend after is the most glorious displays you ever did see. So fall, definitely, hands down, is my favorite. Okay, next one up is movie. So my favorite movie, put it on in the afternoon when I don't really have anything else to watch, is Aaron Brockovich. I have this obsession with liking movies that somebody finds their personal power, or they find an inner strength, and then they ride with it and go through the trials and errors of actually trying to self-discover who they are as a person. So I really like when I see somebody, a movie like that, where you feel empowered and inspired at the same time. So action movies, not for me. Spy movies. Harry Potter series, I absolutely love. I have seen those movies more times than I can count. I just like the magic, the mystery to it, and it's a very easy movie to follow as you crochet. Next question up is smell. Oh, I know this one instantly. My favorite smell of all time, forever and ever, is rain on hot asphalt. The smell of that just is so, it's probably toxic. But so my best friend would have to be Daniel. She is my partner after all. You have to have trust in your partner. As far as like other people outside of the sphere like that, I have several people that I really care about, and I'm not going to name anybody because it'll get me in trouble, because I might miss somebody. But you know who you are, and that is where I'm going to leave that. They empower you, they inspire you, they make you question things sometimes, and they can really kind of pull your last nerve in a positive light when it comes from a place of love. So next question up is the decade. Favorite decade? What do you think it is? So I'm a 90s girl all the way. I think I revealed to you earlier in this that The Circle is my guilty pleasure, and the Spice Girls are on The Circle in this season. Oh my God, they're actually pretty funny. So I'm one of those people from the 90s that I just love. I just love the music from the 90s. For myself, the way that I grew up, I really didn't start listening to music until I was in the 90s. It was I won't get into it, but I didn't start listening to music because then I could actually get in the radio and turn it on in the car going all the way to college and stuff, because it was like an hour drive. So the 90s really is when the music hits for me. I do like some of the 80s, but the 90s is where my heart is. Backstreet's back, all right. Were they in the 90s? I think they were. Yeah. I wanna be my number. So YouTube channel is my most favorite. That's a really hard one because there are so many great tutorial hosts out there. My most favorite YouTube channel is actually called, I'm actually going to keep that to myself because I use it as a reference to help better myself on a self-improvement level. So I'll keep that personal. I find that YouTube has so many different hosts for different things. So whenever I'm looking for help on Adobe Illustrator or all of those kind of things, I like to be able to turn to YouTube, bang it in. So I find that this person knows this person knows that, and etc. So now it comes down to the challenge, because Crystal from Day, as we talked about at the very beginning, challenged me to do this. So now I have to pass this on to somebody else. Who should I pass it on to? So now it's time for me to assign somebody. So I'm going to take the easy way and not assign somebody because I don't know somebody's availability or their schedule, and I don't want to put pressure on them. But however, if you want to tag YouTube hosts that you would like to learn some of these questions to, I will put the question or the topics into the video description so that they can decide to answer that. And yeah, so the challenge is on. Keep it going. And these are 23 non-related things regarding anything but crochet. So that's it, and we hope you have a good one, and please enjoy. And it is still spring here. You can tell the leaves are still not out yet, but that means that it's going to be an amazing season ahead. We'll see you again real soon, and thank you so much.